Hello, this is Mario from Odeon. In this video, we will talk about the Compare and Average tool, which was introduced in Odeon 18. The Compare and Average tool allows you to load various multi-point responses in a single interface. This allows you to see the results from different jobs side to side. And it will also calculate statistics such as averages and standard deviations for the loaded multi-point responses. With this tool you can, for example, study the influence of different source positions at the same receiver positions. You can also average room acoustic parameters calculated with multiple source positions, as recommended by international standards such as ISO 3382. The Compare and Average tool even allows you to compare jobs from different models. So, if you have two models where materials or geometries were modified on one of them, you can showcase the effect of these changes. You can even compare two completely unrelated models. There are various ways to access this tool. The simplest is to go to the job list and click on this icon. This will compare and average all currently calculated multi-point responses. Here you have the 3D Receivers tab. In this tab, you can select and save receiver groups, in the same way as normal multi-point responses. This is explained in our video on multi and single point responses. Next is the Case List tab. This will list all multi-point responses loaded into the Compare and Average tool, with their properties in different columns. If you wish to exclude some jobs from the results, you can disable them by unticking these checkboxes. You can then see the results in the Energy Parameter Bars tabs. Just like in a normal point response, the first one shows the frequency-dependent parameters per octave band. Each color corresponds to a different job. Right now, each bar shows the average of all receivers in that job. The black line then shows the average of all jobs at that octave band. However, you can scroll through receivers with R and Shift R. And as usual across the software, you can scroll through parameters with the left and right arrows. The second Energy Parameter Bars tab shows the broadband parameters. Here, the results are shown at individual receivers by default. The black dotted line is the average of all jobs at a single receiver position, while the solid black line is the average across all jobs and all receiver positions. The legends for the jobs can be customized back in the Case List tab. You can manually change the legends by double-clicking on any row under the Edit Legend column. You can also copy different properties of the jobs into the legend with the buttons at the bottom of the window. You can apply this to the currently selected row or to all rows by ticking this checkbox. Now, let's go to the Receiver Statistics tab. This shows the average, minimum, maximum, and standard deviation for all results. Remember that these statistics are not only across receivers, but also across jobs. Finally, we have the Energy Parameters tab. This shows the results numerically arranged in tables. You can scroll down for different groupings of data or skip to different sections with these buttons. You can also compare and average two jobs by dragging and dropping a calculated multipoint response into another. This even works across two different ODIN models, allowing you to compare results between the two models. To do this, you will need to open a separate ODIN window by going to File, then open another instance of ODIN. Then open the second model in the second window. Finally, drag and drop a job from one model into the other. However, receiver-specific results will only be available if the two models have receivers at the same positions. If you have different receiver positions between the two models, some displays will be unavailable. For example, you will be unable to define receiver groups, since there are no common receivers between the two models. And results in the energy parameter bars and energy parameter tables will all be averages across all receivers, without the possibility of looking at results at specific receivers. To make sure you have the same receiver positions between models, you can either make a copy of the model and edit the second model, or you can export the source receiver script, which we explain in our tutorial on sources. You can also compare more than two models at a time. Simply open yet another model and drag and drop the multipoint response into the Compare and Average window. By default, ODIN comes with 11 European concert hall models grouped in a folder. So, we can try to make a comparison of all 11 concert halls. With that, we conclude this tutorial, and we hope you have found it useful. Good luck!